Hi Sunita, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing great, but you sound under the weather.
Not too much under the weather, but I sound like this only.
Okay, you have a nasal twang.
Right, right. You got it.
Okay, so Sunita, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Uttarakhand.
Okay, and where in Uttarakhand are you?
I'm from Chamoli.
Okay, and I'd read the previous tutors comments. Generally we do that when we are meeting the student for the first time. So
Yes.
the comment was that you have come a long way and you have definitely shown a lot of improvement. So what happens is, generally when we read that kind of a comment, we expect the person to be a little hesitant while speaking, because somewhere it lurks around, being a little unsure. But the way you met, the way you just introduced, not introduced but greeted, that the confidence is awesome.
Thank you.
So that is great. And now, because you also know how we go ahead with the session, considering that we are meeting for the first time, let's quickly have a round of introductions and take it from there.
Sure. So you already know I'm Sunita from Uttarakhand. I am mother to two boys, and then I'm a content creator. I run two YouTube channels, Sunita's English Adventure and Dear Listeners, and both the channels I focus on English only. The first one is related to vlogs in English, conversational videos, informative content, and the second one is related to audio listening podcast for listening practice of the audience. And I teach spoken English to beginners and intermediates. So that's pretty much about me.
Okay. So, Sunita, tell me a little bit about your education in terms of your school life, your childhood, etc.
hmm So my highest education is MBA.
Okay.
And if I talk about my schooling, so I had been studying in English medium schools only throughout my schooling, throughout my schooling days, right? And what else? What else
Okay.
can I share?
What was your specialization in MBA?
It was HR and marketing.
Okay. And did you ever pursue it in terms of employment?
Yes, I did. I worked for around 2.5 years as HR.
Okay. And how is the switch
The
from?
switch was because of my kids. Because once I conceived my kids, my elder one, and then I had to leave my job because of the family responsibilities, and then there was no one to take care of my kid. So that was the reason. And after that, there was no looking back in a negative way. Right.
Of course. Of course.
So yes, then I started searching for other options,
Hmm.
especially on YouTube, like what can we do from our home, right? Working options for ladies from home. So I used to do this all the time. I felt a bit frustrated and then taken for granted and all those things,
Yeah.
every women go through. So then one sudden day I found conversational videos on YouTube, and then I thought of trying my hand at this as well, and luckily it worked out for me. So I've been doing it for over a year now.
Okay. Okay. And how would you say it is the switch? I didn't mean like how did it happen, but considering that it has already happened, and one thing you said that there's no regret whatsoever,
Yes, yes, there is
right?
no regret.
So tell me one thing that you miss about the corporate world.
I miss the exposure that we get when we meet people, when we meet some intellectual people, I would say, mainly. You
Right.
get a lot of exposure, learnings from them, and then you try to build your own identity among them. And when you're appreciated, you feel over the moon. So I was feeling that way when I was working in corporates that time.
Okay.
Like I joined as a fresher, and in just 3 months I got promoted to assistant manager HR. So that was a big deal for me, and I was truly enjoying the fruits, the appreciation, the kind of atmosphere there, everything was so good. So exposure only I miss a little bit, because now I'm a bit confined to the four walls of my home. So I don't get to meet people, especially intellectual people, I would say, because I live in a village and people don't really believe in intellect here. They are more into gossiping. talking about others' life and everything, right? But I feel so lucky, so fortunate that I can meet people online. I talk with
Right.
them, I learn a lot of things from them. So yes, it's a boon for me.
You feel a little out of place there.
Hmm. Out of place there, but still, I don't think about it much. Like,
Hmm.
as you have asked, so I told you that I miss the exposure, but only when you asked. Otherwise, I don't miss.
So you need to push your own canoe, right?
Can you,
Whichever.
as in?
It means like you have to do it on your own. So the canoe, canoe. So it's that slim boat
Mm-hmm.
with just one
Okay, okay. So you have to push
rowing
it
the. Yes,
yourself. All
yes,
right.
yes.
Mm,
So you've
okay.
got to do that on your own.
Uh-huh.
Right? Okay. So, Sunita, I'll quickly introduce myself and then let's come back to communication. All right.
Yes,
So,
sure.
as you must have seen, my name is Rashi, and the MBA part makes us on a common ground. I did it in HR as well in the year 2010. I have a total of 6 years of experience in the corporate and a little over 10 years of experience in teaching and training, right? So that's a little bit of information about me. And you know how at one place you said that it is about, everything is taken into consideration. I tried everything. So there we can also say I tried everything, kit and caboodle, right?
Okay.
So that
Nice word.
basically means that basically means that you have tried everything, you have bought everything. So
Uh-huh.
that's with the whole kit and caboodle. Okay.
Okay. Kit and
No.
caboodle.
Right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, moving on with the discussion, Sunita. So, you said that you took this decision, you have two YouTube channels. Tell me one decision which took a lot of courage. May not
Mm-hmm.
be just between the two of these. If you can think
Mm-hmm.
of some other experience, some other point of time when
Mm-hmm.
you took a decision which required a lot of courage.
Mm-hmm. Um, there is one decision that I can share. When I conceived my second child, so it was a surprise to us because we were not planning for it. So that time, somehow I didn't know that I had already conceived him, and then it had been around 4 months, right? And then I went for that test.
I thought you'll say it had been 1 month. It had been 1.5 months, like because that happened with me also. So for
That's
almost,
why.
but I was like 4 months, like
That's why I'm
that's
telling you that it's a surprise because when you deliver the baby after that, you miss out on your periods for some time. So I missed my period for over a year that time.
okay, okay.
So that's why I didn't get the hunch that something of that sort happened with me. So after that, like one sudden day, especially on my birthday, I got a surprise.
Okay.
I noticed that bump, and there I got a little doubt that what is it, right? But still.
I thought you probably felt something inside that okay, something's not right, or generally we have a little discomfort during the first
Mhm.
trimester.
No,
So
no,
this is like
nothing of
I'm
that sort.
looking at it.
Uh-huh. I never faced any kind of issues during my pregnancy. In both of the pregnancies, never faced any issue, luckily. So that's why, again, that was one of the reasons that I didn't get the idea.
Okay.
And then I realized that I had a bump in my stomach, right? But I was not sure what was that. So I thought of checking that, and then I found that I had already conceived a baby, right? And that
Oh,
was the toughest decision of my life to keep that, right? Because if I talk about both of my kids, they are just 20 months apart. So that was the toughest decision of my life.
thing with the first
Mhm.
motherhood experience.
Uh-huh. Right, right. I was already juggling a lot of things, and then this came up. I was not happy. I was thinking of aborting it.
Oh,
But then I asked the doctor because sometimes we have to take that kind of decision when you
very,
consider everything, you're going through.
very true.
So I consulted the doctor, and he said that it's been 4 months. So it is completely your decision what you want to do, and he told me that it's a boy. I didn't ask him, but he told me it's a boy. And then we were my husband and I, we were thinking like, okay, like it's already been 4 months and only five
Fine.
months are remaining. So I think I can do it. Like only 5 months are there. And we are thinking about all the positive aspects of it. Like they're going to look like twins and some funny parts also. Like if one outgrows his clothes, then that will
The
be
other one wear it.
used by the other. So
Right.
that way happily we came home back home, and then we continued this pregnancy journey. And after that I had my little one, and I'm so lucky that I didn't take that decision then.
Yeah.
And he's such a gem. Like I feel so lucky that he's in my life. And sometimes when I look back, when I try to reflect on my that decision,
Mm,
I feel like I feel so glad that I had not taken that decision,
mm,
because it was definitely a big mistake.
mm.
Because you can't kill anyone,
Correct.
it's definitely wrong.
Correct. And most of all, the best thing about having siblings is that you just give them a partner for life.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Right?
And they are just like friends.
Right, right. I think that was the best decision you took for your elder one
Mm-hmm.
because,
Right. And for ourselves too, because now we are done. Our family is complete.
yeah,
Right? Because someday or the other, we had to take that decision. We had to plan these things, and somehow God has planned that for us.
yes,
And that was just a phase of our life where I struggled a lot with both of my kids and family and everything. So that phase just passed, and now I am happier and I'm just enjoying with my kids. So I don't really reflect on that again and again, right? Rarely I think about that, because that was just a phase. This is also a phase. Still my kids trouble me a lot, because they are kids. Right? So again I always think it's all about phases of life,
right.
right? So you should
What is the
enjoy.
age of your children currently?
Age.
Yes.
Okay, so the elder one is 6 and the younger one is 4.
Okay.
20 months apart they are.
Right.
Mhm.
All right. So, Sunita, when can you just pronounce deliver once?
Deliver.
Yes.
Deliver.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So here
Okay,
the
delivery
stress.
I said, no.
Yes. So the stress shouldn't be on the li. It should be on d. Deliver.
Deliver.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And I just thought of a silly little phrase when you said that something is not adding up, something is not looking
Mhm.
right. So like I smelt a rat.
Mhm.
When you said that this bump is looking a little dicey here, so I smell a rat here. What's going
Mhm.
right? And when you introspect, when you ask yourself those questions, but it's in the past tense, retrospection is a better word.
Mhm.
So in
Yes.
retrospection today, I feel it was a good decision.
Right, right.
Okay. So moving on, tell me a little bit more about your experience as a tutor.
Mhm. Experience as a tutor, since it's been over a year for me that I've been teaching online. So the experience had been completely remarkable, rewarding for me, and especially the recent one, I would say, because we have recently started WhatsApp groups, and we are doing a lot for women, and they feel so grateful. At the same time, we also feel grateful that they are a part of this community, our
Right.
WhatsApp learning communities. I can see their teary eyes when they talk about what value we are adding to their life. So that gives a lot of satisfaction to us. So the recent experience is definitely out of this world.
Right. And I think they become a driving force in some ways.
Yes,
Every
yes,
there
definitely.
is a question about which way do we go? Are we doing the right thing? I think they come as answers.
Right, right. The feedback they give, it definitely motivates us. And criticism, we haven't got so far, but yes, whatever feedback, whatever suggestions, I would say, like, ma'am, we want to learn these, that concepts and everything. That is also a driving force. That yes, they are learning and they want to learn more.
Right. Criticism was my next question, but not about how you handle it. But if you have to give, I wouldn't say criticism because we always give feedbacks.
Mhm.
right? And you know this, you have been on this platform, you have taken feedbacks a lot many times,
Mhm.
and maybe sometimes the tutors or are also asking for feedbacks, because that's the only thing through which we can grow,
Right.
right? And that's the
Yes.
foolproof method. So
Mhm.
I want to know, when you are giving a feedback which is, it's a constructive feedback, but it
Mhm.
might not sound like a very positive one, because otherwise it
Mhm.
wouldn't be constructive, right?
Mhm.
So what is your approach? How do
Mhm.
you go about it to make sure, okay, I shouldn't sound offensive, I shouldn't make the other person feel defensive? What is your approach?
Mhm. So I don't go by a particular approach in that case. Depends on who I am talking to or who I am teaching. Please give me a second. Yes, so it depends on my students also. If they are quite okay, sometimes they explicitly ask for feedback. That time you are quite okay. You can give them the feedback the way you want. They'll
Right.
definitely take it and not feel bad about it. But when you see that the other person is really very sensitive and doesn't take feedback in a positive way, that time you have to be a little tricky there, because feedback definitely should be there. You cannot miss out on that. So I there is one method called sandwich method. When you
Right.
start with appreciating them, and
Yes.
then somewhere in the middle you tell them their mistakes or what they can improve on, and then at the end you close by
Again,
appreciating
on a
again.
positive. Right.
Positive points. So that way we can do.
That is all good. All right.
Hmm.
Here you can say that the situation gets tricky, but you as a tutor become a little diplomatic.
Hmm.
So you do
Yes.
not become tricky. The situation becomes tricky. You
Right.
remain diplomatic.
Right. A tutor has to be really creative
Yes,
in their
the
approaches.
ways of giving feedbacks. My
Right.
God. And I think to a certain extent, we learn by example and experience.
Right.
Because with me also, it has happened in the past where the feedback was not taken as well as I expected it to be. And unfortunately, I wouldn't say that I wasn't able to handle the situation, but yes, it did teach me a lesson that not everybody is open to feedbacks.
Right,
So
right.
from then onwards, I became a little particular about it. Ask whether the person is comfortable with, or what kind of feedback, or how, what, to what extent would they want a feedback. Because sometimes learners directly say that, listen, we are here because we just want to have a conversation.
Right.
We don't want to be corrected, we just want to speak. So if
Hmm.
that is the case and they have made it clear, then okay.
Right, we are good. Like there is no point in that hard work of giving that feedback, right?
Giving the
That's
feedback,
it. Yeah.
keeping a note of what they are saying, how they can
Right.
be corrected or bettered. So doesn't really matter. Now I
Hmm.
want to know, Sunita, why English? Now, considering that you worked also in the corporate, you could have gone ahead and trained on some different topic or some different area. Why did you choose spoken English?
I feel that I didn't choose spoken English, but spoken English chose me. I feel that because when I started this journey with the intention of earning money on YouTube. And this looked a bit easy for me, something that was doable. So I started having conversation with the people who were okay with it, like those who had mentioned that we are open for conversations and everything. So I reached out to them and started having conversation. Later in the journey, like after 3 to 4 months, I realized that I need to improve my spoken English, because I've started this spoken English niche, and if I want to stay here for longer, then I need to improve also. And people only made me improve because they were giving me feedback that, yes ma'am, you're doing well, and appreciating my efforts. And then at the same time they were expecting things from me. They wanted vocabulary words, and then conversations with trainers and everything like that. So that made me improve my spoken English. And I didn't do anything extra in that case, because being a homemaker, mother, and a lot many roles that we do. It was difficult for me to get myself indulged in other activities like LSRW. That was difficult. So I learned a lot from conversations only,
Okay.
right? So I had conversations almost every day throughout this journey. Like, not a day went by when I didn't have conversations with people. So that way I learned.
Right. But would you say that speaking English comfortably was something that was right up your alley?
Hmm. A little bit. Like, I was quite manageable at this thing. I could speak simple sentences. I was making a lot of grammar mistakes, but I was not aware of that.
Okay.
But when I heard people saying correct sentences, that time I realized that I was making a lot of mistakes. And
Okay.
slowly and gradually in the journey, I corrected myself.
Great, great. And I think it takes a lot of courage to accept that you're making mistakes.
Hmm.
Generally, when I said that people do not take feedbacks well, I was speaking about the people who have been speaking in this language for a very long time. So, automatically, it is a feedback that they give themselves that you know everything. And I
Hmm.
read it somewhere, I think very recently, where they said that it's impossible to teach somebody something that they feel they know.
Hmm.
Right? So, when
Right.
you say that I know it,
Hmm.
you just create a wall, a barrier
Hmm.
between you and your growth, self growth,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there is the maximum issue that I see with people when they are not very open to taking criticism or any kind of feedback.
Right, right. And when
Because
it comes to language, especially your second language or maybe
mm,
third, but not your native language, I've seen people performing really well in one conversation, and in the other conversation, they are just messing things up. And that
yeah,
happens with me too. So
absolutely
that's
happens to us
completely fine, I
because
think.
it's not our native language.
It's not a native language. Also, it depends on who you are conversing with, and then
Yeah,
what topics you are discussing. Right? There are many factors to it, or
very
what mood you are in. There are many
right.
factors.
It doesn't come to us naturally.
Hmm.
It takes
Yes.
time. It definitely takes time. And you know how you said at one place that I did not think that I have enough time to do something, uh, get into a course or certificates, etc., to be able to do something. So here you can say that I was struggling to keep all the balls in the air already,
Hmm.
so I could not just add on another ball.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Nice expression.
Okay. So, Sunita, with that, we will end today's session. All right.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
it was
Yes.
great having you in the session. And I wish you all the best for all your channels. And I hope to see you around soon.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was definitely a fruitful session. Learned many new expressions. Thank you for that.
All right, Sunita. Have a great
Uh-huh.
evening ahead. See you. Bye
Same to
bye.
you, ma'am. Bye. Take care.